So if you've been in the gaming space anytime recently, you would have noticed that Xbox has been going through a lot of changes. And a lot of people seem to believe that Xbox is going to be out the gutter soon. And it is going to be gone, and they are taking it in a very bad direction. Now, a big part of this feud is what Xbox's co-founder said in February of 2026. He said, Xbox, like a lot of businesses that aren't the core of AI business, is being sunsetted. They don't say that, but that's what's happening. And he also said in the same interview that I expect that the new CEO, Asha Sharma's job, is going to be as a care doctor who slides Xbox gently into the night. Now, that is a pretty interesting quote, because if you've known what Sharma's been doing quite recently, there have been some pretty positive changes. Now, if you want a full video on that, I've already made one, and I will link it in the description for you to go and watch. Now, as you probably already know, Xbox has been a bit behind recently. I mean, if you look at the numbers, its hardware revenue is decreasing, its market share has been decreasing compared to things like PlayStation, and every year the hardware sales, which is the consoles, seems to be going down. I mean, in 2024, it was down by 42%, and in 2025, seems to be down by a whole 70%. I mean, you can have a whole graph on the revenue decline of Xbox's hardware. Like I said, the consoles. And the unit sales are only going down. I mean, if we look at in 2022, the unit sales were around 5 million. And in 2024, they're going down to what looks like 3.7 million. Xbox seems to be on a downtrend, especially in the hardware department, and Microsoft really sees that. And that's likely a reason they rebranded it to Microsoft Gaming. Now, Microsoft has been exploring a lot of AI. If you've used any Microsoft application in the past few years, you would have noticed that AI has been basically taking them over. Every single one of the applications uses AI, whether you know it or not. I can't think of one off the top of my head right now that doesn't. So obviously, Xbox itself has seemed to be taking that direction after Phil Spencer retired, which is where the real feud about this sunsetting stuff starts. Which is why we're looking back on the timelines of key events that have led to this entire sort of discussion. I mean, let's go from the start of 2024, for example. In January of 2024, Microsoft laid off 1,900 gaming employees across Activision, Blizzard, Xbox, and ZeniMax. And in February of that year, just 1 month, they were porting a lot of their games to PlayStation and Nintendo, which was a major multi-platform pivot. And then we go a few months later, and Xbox shuts down Arcane Austin, Tango Gameworks, Alpha Dog Games, Roundhouse Studios, just after Hi-Fi Rush's critical success, which is pretty crazy. Now, we go back to the end of that year, the fourth quarter of 2024. Xbox hardware fails 42% year on year. The worst quarterly decline in the brand's history. Like I said earlier, minus 42%, and it only gets worse. In 2025, Halo, Gears of War, and Forza were all confirmed for PlayStation. They were almost untouchable a few years ago, and now they're going multi-platform. And then we cut to the fourth quarter of that year once again. Xbox hardware sales are down by 70% for the entire year, the worst year on record for Xbox, 2 years back to back. And then just a few months later, Phil Spencer retires, and Asha Sharma, the core AI executive with zero gaming background, mind you, was appointed CEO, which really gets that going. And that's why one of the founders of Xbox said Xbox is being sunsetted. But it seems like Sharma has other plans to that. I mean, if you think about it, Sharma has issued a lot of pro Xbox comments. If you thought she was going to sunset it, you would have thought that maybe prices would have gotten worse, or the subscription might have just been removed, something's removed from it. I mean, they could have just removed COD from the subscription without giving you any other benefits, but they didn't. She has quite a few things going for her, especially the fact that she dropped the Microsoft gaming name and is reverting it back to Xbox. She's acknowledging what players are frustrated about. It seems like if she was really sunsetting Xbox, this wouldn't be what she was doing. She wouldn't just go and make all these really good things that players have been looking for. People want the prices to go back down again. I mean, they've been getting outrageous over the past few years. And there have been a lot more hardware investments. Apparently, Project Helix is in development for 2027. I mean, I don't see any reason that Microsoft would invest in hardware it plans to kill. I mean, there are a lot of plans I've been seeing recently for Xbox going into the future. I don't really see why they would just remove it. But obviously, there are some counter arguments that really do make you think. Hardware sales are down 70% like we mentioned earlier, which is the worst year in Xbox history. which would obviously get the suits at the top looking down and going, okay, why is this not working? And every major Xbox franchise, all those exclusives that you once had, Halo, Gears, Forza, they're now on PlayStation, the biggest competitors, which mind you right now own the higher market share. That means there's no exclusive left as a reason to pick the hardware over PlayStation. Now, Xbox is the more powerful console, as we all know, but what's the point of having a powerful console if you haven't got any good games to play on it, or if you haven't got any games that are truly exclusive, or truly you can't get those games anywhere else? You know, that's a big selling point for a lot of people. I mean, a lot of people buy PlayStation just to, you know, when Spider-Man was exclusive, maybe they just buy it to play Spider-Man, or other exclusives back when they were just exclusive, although a lot of them are now on PC and they are getting less exclusive, which is a good thing for all players. It also is less reason for certain people, those people who do just want those, to buy the PlayStation or for the Xbox in this case. And if you're enjoying this video so far and you want to figure out a little bit more about Xbox and other companies right now, I'm going to be making a lot of videos and I'd be glad to have you on board to help me hit 1,000 subscribers so we can keep this channel going and we can keep the news flowing. Thank you very much. Another bad thing is the CEO has zero gaming experience. Now, if I didn't know any better, I would have said she has a lot of experience with just what the community wants. And she has a lot of experience in gaming and what makes games good, what makes Xbox good, what makes these consoles really good. You know, if I didn't know that she had zero gaming experience in terms of her work, I would have assumed that she had been working in that exact gaming industry, working under people like the old CEO, for example, for years. But she hasn't. And so far, she really has been like this care doctor. She has been just fixing a few community sentiments, which is obviously why people are going back and they're saying that, well, this is just a PR stunt, something bad must be coming, blah 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 blah. I personally believe that Xbox will not get sunsetted, at least not right now. I think Xbox as a brand is currently taking a few hits, obviously with all of their things going on, but it seems like they are genuinely trying to bounce back. The numbers are hard to argue against. I mean, you look at those downtrends and downtrends and downtrends, and it seems like Xbox is really going to be the next, you know, company to just sort of bow out and fall out because they can't keep up anymore with other. If it keeps going on the trajectory that it's going right now, I think it will definitely get sunset. I don't think there's a way around it if the trajectory keeps going the way it is. I mean, 42% to 70%. I mean, what's to say that it doesn't go even further down? What's to say that the Xbox market share keeps going down? You know, what's to say it's not going to happen? What's to say that the monthly active players goes down from 500 million to 200 million to 100 million to 50 million, and then suddenly Microsoft doesn't see it as something that's worth keeping up anymore? I mean, there's no exclusives. People aren't going to buy it for exclusives. I mean, the Game Pass was also a big problem. I mean, it was way too expensive, although that is getting fixed now. You have to see the extent of that. But I think we really just have to give Xbox some time with the new CEO to get on its 2 feet and see what it can really do for the consumers. But my personal take on it is, if they keep going the way that they are, the way that they started this year at, these downtrends with these bad decisions, Xbox is going to get sunsetted. It is just going to slowly just get cold off until no one cares about it anymore and it's just a memory. Obviously, it will be very hard to kill Xbox. I mean, it is a staple. It's a staple for me. You know, I've grew up with both PlayStation and Xbox. I mean, as many people have, hundreds of millions of people have, and just destroying that, it's not going to come without backlash from Microsoft, which is why it does seem like a hard thing that they would actually just sunset the product. But you know how these companies go. Microsoft is a multi-billion, you know, massive, gargantuan company. I mean, if Xbox doesn't see the numbers that they're looking for, you know, they might just decide to cut it. As I've said, let's give it some time, let's see what Xbox can do, and then maybe in a year or so, this topic could be revisited, and we'll see what Xbox has done in the year with the new CEO. We'll actually figure out if Xbox is going to get sunsetted, because the brand, I don't think you could sunset that. The console, that's pretty vulnerable. The hardware's doing bad, but the brand, it seems to be doing pretty fine. So maybe we might be seeing Microsoft going all digital. That's enough theorizing for me today. And I want to know in the comments what you think is going to happen with Xbox in the next few years. And what do you personally think? Are they getting sunset? Is there anything that they can do to save Xbox, or is it too far gone? And thank you for watching, and subscribe for the next one.